valued me so little. And yet, I found myself intrigued by his words. I had been too cruelly used to so gullibly play his pawn. But if this world truly had secrets to divulge, I was determined to expose them.
The secrets. What kind of secrets could it have? Ghost Spectral. Ooh, what kind of secrets? Did it really need it to say that right now? Like Ghost Spectral? What the symbol of the spectral? Like, jeez. What the... It's funny, you know. You kind of hear that like time is relevant and that there's like secrets between like dimensions and time and stuff like that, and then you play like something like this. That they basically like it seemed like the history of time all kind of like fused in between like the past and the future, and it all kind of like collapsed, and he goes through physical and astral plane and spiritual plane, and like the first Soul River was cool, but like this one is so like amazing as far as like the story goes. I remember watching it and being like angry in a sense that I haven't got a chance to actually like play it for myself. And like the story was just so fucking amazing. To be continued on PS2. Okay, well.
From the moment of my arrival, I had the constant and palpable sensation of being watched. Someone, it seemed, was keenly interested in my presence here.
Yeah, that could be like the sorcerer. He could just be like these little rats and that we've been followed and stuff like that. That could be the sorcerer right there, like his minions are. Oh yeah, yeah. You see like the magic. Man, this is cool.
From the look of it, this door had been sealed for centuries.
Ah,
I
yes.
began to realize it was no mere coincidence that I found myself standing here, beneath this winged figure with blue skin and cloven hands so like my own, and bearing this unique key.
Merge.
And so it was with a sense of gravity and trepidation that I unsealed that ancient door and crossed the threshold.
The threshold. Oh man, the story in this and just how like they talk and how they unveil things is just so cool. Let's see. Okay. Wow. What are those? They look like they're like shadow figures. They're probably agents of Mobius. Mobius. It sounds like Sonic. Okay, the Reaver's taking my health. Oh, jeez. Yes, I must avoid them like the plague.
As I entered the chamber, I sensed that it had been sealed for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. And while this room was clearly built when the pillars were erected, I knew that no human hand could have shaped this place, and that perhaps it had never been seen by human eyes. The surrounding murals depicted a winged race, their features so like my own, but beautiful, where mine were grotesque, and angelic, while mine were demonic. I tried to decipher these images. A great war, but with combatants like none I had ever seen. The pillars,
Angelic beings that has fallen.
defeated their adversaries. The winged beings again, writhing in agony, apparently afflicted with the same bloodthirst I had so recently suffered. And throughout the chamber, inscribed everywhere, images of the Reaver itself. Was this what Kain had urged me to discover? I wondered.
Lies, Raziel. Do not be deceived.
Ah, my ancient benefactor. And I dared to hope we had parted ways forever. Silence was refreshing. It lasted. No doubt you have a conveniently inexpressible reason for your presence here.
Do not be insolent, Raziel. I am eternally present here and everywhere, now and always. I am the still center of the turning wheel, the hub of this world's destiny.
But perhaps not so omnipotent as you'd have me believe. Your hold on me appears to be tenuous. I no longer seem to need you. Yet I'm guessing you still need me.
This impudence is unworthy of you, Raziel. Do not forget that you have a task to fulfill here. You are indebted to me.
indebted. You would have me show gratitude for a gift I didn't ask to be bestowed. Do you forget that you forced me to inhabit this vile carcass?
I restored you to yourself, Raziel. It was Kain who destroyed you. The very
Interesting.
thing you've just let slip through your grasp. Do not fail me, my servant.
I serve no one. Not you, not Kain, and not your lackey Mobius.
Mobius is my good servant.
I restored you. Interesting.
And if I tell Mobius that he's worshipping a giant squid, do you think his faith will falter?
You have grown willful, Raziel. But beware. To embrace a serpent is to invite poison into your heart. Kain is a sinuous beast. He will seduce and deceive you. You pride yourself on your free will, yet you let that degenerate deter your resolve.
I harbor no illusions about his integrity, nor anyone else's. In fact, I am beset by manipulation on all sides.
Yes.
I only seek the truth.
These are the fathomless truth.
See, that's where it's so fascinating. He was getting manipulated on all sides, like he just said there, and he really wanted to like unveil the answers. Because like in the grand stage of it all, Raziel was the one that sees all the angles in consciousness, and he sees all the angles of good and bad and evil and deceit and all that stuff. So basically experienced everything, and he understood the truth on all things, which I find why this character was so like close to me and that I kind of respond the most to, because it's such an awesome story if you really get involved and listen to like the side of the game. But like in the reality of it all, where like this character really shine is kind of like it's like a real figure in like his child in history and like in the angel realms and stuff like that. So this is kind of like a legit kind of a story in a sense, but it's still a game, so there's you can't kind of really know what's what. It was still like a vision of someone, so it's really just fascinating, really.
Raziel. The agony of birth and death and rebirth. This is the wheel of fate, the purifying cycle which sustains all life. Vampires are an abomination, a plague which leeches this land of its spiritual strength. They obstruct the flow of life and death. Their souls stagnate in their wretched corpses. But the wheel must turn. Death is inexorable and cannot be denied. Your destiny is irresistible, Raziel.
That's probably what they didn't like about the vampires.
The scourge of the vampires, reaper of
Death will not be denied.
souls. Remain steadfast. End the vampire's parasitic curse and restore Nosgoth. Kain's blood belongs on your hands.
Kain indeed deserves to die for condemning me to this repugnant form. But if and when I kill him, it will be for me alone to decide.
Kain destroyed you without a flicker of remorse. He tore
True.
the soul from your noble corpse. And after you had served him faithfully for 1,000 years...
1,000 years!
...started you in the abyss.
Probably like a piece of shit.
Remember your rage, Raziel. Let it guide your hand.
Ah, but there's so much more to the story, though.